Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. We're doing a nail tutorial today because everybody always asks about my heart nails, so I'm going to show you how I do them. We're going to do the exact nails on the left, the darker kind of like blackish pearly ones. And yeah, everything I've learned is from the internet, so I'm not a nail tech. These are the tips that I use. They're by Gel-X and I'll link them below. I've already prepped my nails, pushed my cuticles back and all of that. And then I laid out each one that I'm going to use in order just to stay organized. And the first step is to just check out the fit and see if it's a little large or a little small for your nail. It's better for it to be a little big than a little too small. If they're too small, they'll pop off. So you do just need to file them down on the inside to give it some grit so that they stick and so that it sits more flush with your natural nail. I also measure them and file the sides down a little bit just to make sure that the fake nail isn't too big and touching my skin. My skin really does not like Gel-X. So if there's any gel or nail poking into my skin will be very angry and like peel off essentially. So here you can see we have the perfect fit and the nail is all filed down and ready to go. And then you just repeat that step across all 10 nails. After all of your nails are prepped and ready to go, then you're going to do step 1, pH bond on each fingernail. And you're going to follow that with step 2. I'll link both of these products for you so you can find them. And these two steps are super important because it just removes any oil from your fingernail and it primes it to stick to the extension. So all these little steps really are necessary. This is a super tedious process. I think it took me around 2 hours. So just know that doing your own extensions is not for the weak. But it is worth it because instead of sitting at a salon, you can be at home and watch a movie and you can save your money. I think the cost of buying all this equipment was the same as the cost of one Gel-X manicure in my area. So yeah, now we're going to go in with our Extend Gel. I'm using the sensitive, but you can use regular, it doesn't really matter. And I am painting a thin coat on each nail. This helps the extension stick to it. And you're going to cure it for 30 seconds. You don't want it to be all the way cured because this gel that you paint on your natural fingernail right now is going to fuse with the gel you apply to the nail itself. If you skip this step, then your gel is going to have a lot of bubbles in it and it could pop off. Also, bubbles are really, really bad for your nail because if water goes under through that bubble, you can get like a nail fungus. So you really want to make sure that you do every single step. Try to paint carefully. Gel-X glue is really bad for the skin, and I have learned the hard way. I've had a few mini allergic reactions to it. That's why I'm using the sensitive, but try not to touch your skin, and if you do, wipe it off straight away. So yeah, after you do your last nail, you go ahead and cure for 30 seconds under a full-size lamp. You need both the full-size and the flash cure, which you can see there is on my station. So now we're going to grab our nail extension and we're going to paint the inside of that with a decent amount of gel. You want enough so that there is no bubbles and no holes, but not too much that it seeps out everywhere. You kind of have to learn how much you need and then go from there. I like to have the most gel at the bottom because I like a really strong hold and suction between the gel on my nail and this gel that I'm putting into this tip. Now when you're applying, you want to press down really firmly and then hold under the flash. You'll know that you're doing it right if there are no bubbles. If there are bubbles, you should wipe it off and start again because that nail is going to pop off and will be a waste of your time. So here's what it should look like. I have a little bit of gel coming out on the sides. I'll show you how to get rid of that after we glue all the other nails on. So now moving on to the next and just coating the inside and the bottom with a little bit extra glue to form a suction between my natural nail and the gel here. You want to kind of slide it on at a 45-degree angle, and again, no bubbles. After I hold it down for a few seconds under the lamp, I switch where my finger is too, and I hold the bottom just to make sure that the area where I was holding it down in the first place gets cured as well. But don't worry, we will cure these under the large lamp as well. The flash cure lamp does not cure the gel completely. It holds it temporarily, and uncured gel is very, 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 very bad for your skin and very bad for the natural nail. You have to fully cure these after you're done. But yeah, here's another nail. No bubbles, which is really good. And you do want that gel to come all the way to the tip of your natural nail. Again, just because you don't want any gaps. And gaps in between the natural nail and the extension will also look ugly on the inside, and it won't be very hygienic. I also want to mention that when you're applying, try not to bring it all the way down to the skin. Try to have a tiny little gap in between your gel extension and your cuticle, because you don't want to be gluing that gel extension down to your actual skin. It's not good for your skin, and it's not how it should be done. Then before we fully cure it, I'm just going to remove that excess that I showed you when I first put on this nail extension. I like to remove it before I fully cure the nail, because once the gel is fully cured, it's a lot harder to remove. So it's a little blurry here, but I just go and I check each nail and I just remove any excess gel that seeped out, and it removes super easily because it's only partially cured. So that's why I do this right now. And then after I finish this step, I will go ahead and cure my nails for 60 seconds to 90 seconds. I'm a little bit paranoid because I'm really sensitive to the gel, so I really want it extra, extra, extra cured. I don't want any chances of any gel being just wet underneath there up against my skin or fingernail. I also go on the inside and make sure that no excess gel is sticking out, just to keep it super clean. And then we go ahead and cure all 5 nails. And now we have our first hand done. Now we just have to prep and paint. I'm going to go ahead and do my other side. And yep, we're back. And we're going to grab our nail drill. And this is just like a cheap one on Amazon. I think it cost me 20 bucks. And you just want to take away all the shine on that nail extension. If you don't do this step, then your gel polish will just peel right off. You want the nail to have a tiny bit of grit. And also, I think it never hurts to sand down your gel nails a little bit, just because it makes it look more realistic with the grow out. And yeah, you just remove all of that shine. It's again just a tedious process, but it's important to do each one of these steps, as lame as they all seem. And that shine will come back when you polish anyway, even if you're using just clear and neutral nudie coats. After you finish, they should look like this, just more matte. And then you can go in with your favorite gel base coat. I like the gelish one. When you do chrome, you have to use a no wipe top coat, and the gelish one is not no wipe, but the Amelie base coat leaves streaks in my opinion. So this is my favorite base coat to use before I put any color. And I do mix up my brands. I haven't found that it makes any difference. So you just want to make sure that you carefully paint each nail, not going beyond the nail surface onto the skin. And doing a clean job makes your life easier. You're going to be looking at your hands for 3 to 4 weeks, so just make sure to really carefully apply each one of these coats. after you apply the gel to each nail, then you're going to cure it for 60 seconds. After that base coat's cured, we're going to go in with our gel color. I'm using black because I wanted to do the black pearl nails. You can use whatever color you like. And also the pearl top coat that I apply, the pearl powder. It works on any color. I use almost the same one every single time unless I want more of a chrome look. And you can do it on top of nudes, pinks, blacks, whatever you like. And they'll all look very different from each other. So, yeah. So the first layer of black gel is usually just so horrible looking, but don't get frustrated because the second coat will always even out the color. I only needed 2 coats of this gel, and of course the first one was super streaky, but you'll see after we cure this one time and apply a second coat, it will be perfect. If you make any mistakes, just make sure to clean them right before you cure. Don't cure any gel on the skin because it'll take a long time to peel off. It really, really is a strong product and will fuse to your skin. So, yeah. Then our first coat is going under the lamp for curing, and then we'll do our second coat, and you'll see straight away the second coat always makes it look 10 times better. It's finally a full black. So yeah, don't be afraid with your gel polishes. They're not as opaque as some regular polishes, and the first coat usually isn't too nice, but you have to keep your coats really, really thin. If you do it too thick, it won't cure all the way, and it will have wet spots that will peel and come right off your nail, and it'll be a sticky, disgusting mess. So thin coats is super important. And this is kind of a random brand of gel polish. I actually prefer to use OPI, but I didn't have an OPI black. And if you're looking to buy OPI gel as a non-professional, you have to do it at like walmart.com. It's super random, but they're the only people that I can order it from. It's like random sellers on Walmart. I'm sure there's other places too, but for some reason, I've had the most luck with Walmart because these are professional tools, especially OPI. They don't really just like sell it anywhere, especially the gel colors. And now this is our second coat. Everything's perfectly black, and it's going under the lamp again. After this cures, you'll go in with a no wipe top coat. If you put chrome powder on anything that is not no wipe, it will be shimmery as opposed to chromy or pearl like. You can't put it over a regular top coat. It has to be no wipe, and make sure to get every single area with this no wipe top coat. If you miss a spot, then your pearl is not going to stick in that area and you'll have patchy nails. So a little more is better than too little of this product. And this is the Emily stuff that I just buy on Amazon. Like I said, I don't love the base coat from this brand, but it does work. So yeah, we'll do that, and then again cure for 60 seconds before we put our pearl topper on. Also, if you don't want to do chrome, this would be your last step, and you wouldn't even have to use no wipe. You could use any top coat, but we're doing chrome. We're using the Tin Man from OPI. I think I got this on walmart.com, to be honest, too. And they usually come with little eyeshadow applicators, but you can use your finger too. And you just push that powder into the nail, and then you brush away the excess. So I'm using actually a little bit too much because I'm lazy. Um, but yeah, you can do as many coats of this as you want. I only did one because I didn't want super metallic nails. I wanted pearly ones. So I just did one coat of this, but after you do another top coat, you can do as many as you like, depending on the look that you want. I love the look of black pearls. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen one, but somebody gifted me some black pearls from Tahiti once, and they're beautiful. They're not metallic, they're pearly. So that's what I was going for here, and why I only did one coat. I also love to use this powder over nudes. It's what was on my nail in the first video with an Amazon polish. I can link both of those for you down below as well, just in case you liked the nude better than the black. I know the black just isn't for everyone. It's not even for me sometimes. It just depends on my mood. So after you apply all that powder, you want to brush off the excess. Make sure there's no little bumps of product because that will stay on the nail if you don't clear it off. And then you're going to go ahead and add another layer of the no wipe top coat, and that's going to give it a little bit more shine. You can see that it looks matte until we add this, and now it looks more chromy, more pearly, and more reflective. And unless you choose to do 2 coats of the pearl, then this will be your last step besides curing for another 60 seconds. So yeah, this is how I do my heart nails. This is one of the questions I get asked all the time on beauty videos. So I'm glad to finally be getting this to you guys. Let me know if you choose to do it. Let me know if you have any questions about application. Like I said, I'm not a professional, but I've learned a lot just by trial and error. I've been doing my own nails with the Gel X system for about a year. So if there's anything you can think of that you want to know, feel free to ask in the comments below. And yeah, I appreciate you guys as always. And yeah, almost done with that last nail, then cure, and then I'll show you the final results. And here is the finished product. I love this set. I've had them on for over a week now, no problems, no lifting, no nothing. And I just shot this on my iPhone because it's hard to figure out the camera setup for a video like this. But let me know if you'd like to see more nail tutorials. I can do one pretty much every time I do my nails, so let me know. Love you.